Sanatan remark storm explodes. Modi's all-out attack on Team India.
कमंडिया गठबंधन, ये इंडी अलायंस उस सनातन संस्कारों को, परंपरा को समाप्त करने का संकल्प लेकर के आए हैं.
PM Modi fires biggest Sanatan salvo. UP Chief Minister Yogi tears into opposition bloc.
जो सनातन नहीं मिटा था, कंस के अहंकार से, बाबर और औरंगजेब की तलवार से, उस सनातन को ये सत्ताजीवी क्या मिटा पाएंगे?
BJP armed with Sanatan slander in poll fight. India now firefights storm. War on Sanatan slander. Top focus on 6 p.m. Prime.
Good evening. You're watching 6 p.m. Prime here on India Today. I'm Anantnag. Our focus is on the latest on the Sanatan storm. Continues to snowball as Prime Minister Modi has spoken out on this for the very first time. The BJP is making it clear that this right here is going to become a big poll issue in states like Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. Here's a look at the headlines before we get you details of what the Prime Minister said. India salutes its braves. Colonel Manpreet Singh, Major Ashish Dhonchak and Deputy Superintendent of Police Humayun Muzammil Bhatt die in anti-terror operations in Anantnag. Lashkar Front TRF takes responsibility. Vowing to avenge our brave hearts, forces encircle 2 Lashkar terrorists at the encounter site, including LET Commander Uzair Khan. Joint security ops at its encounter site underway. Wide outrage against Pakistan terror. Social media up in arms as clamour to stop cricket with Pakistan increases. No cricket terror tango, says angry India. Ahead of Mission 2024, NDA ally Janasena joins hands with TDP. Pawan Kalyan claims they will fight with Naidu to take on Jagan's YSRCP. Politics speaks over government's special session agenda. Congress questions centre's list, says it's hiding the legislative grenade. And as Nipah virus scare continues in Kerala, 5-member central team has been sent to Kozhikode district to survey conditions. Karnataka and Tamil Nadu ramp up vigil. And let's begin with the latest attack that's come in from Prime Minister Modi. Earlier today, he spoke in Madhya Pradesh, now speaking in Raigad of Chhattisgarh. You had Prime Minister Modi firing another salvo at the India alliance, once again on the issue of Sanatana Dharma. Prime Minister Modi questioning the India alliance and has claimed that they're trying to target Sanatani, trying to end Sanatana Dharma in the country. Let's play out for you some of the highlights of what the Prime Minister said just a short while ago.
हमारे देश के खिलाफ जो साजिश हो रही है उसके प्रति जागरूक करना चाहता हूं. जिन लोगों को आप सभी ने पिछले 9 साल से केंद्र सरकार से बाहर कर रखा है, जो लोग लगातार चुनाव हार रहे हैं, वे लोग अब आपसे इतनी नफरत से भर गए हैं कि उन्होंने आपकी पहचान, आपकी संस्कृति के खिलाफ ही मोर्चा खोल दिया है. इन लोगों ने मिलकर एक इंडी गठबंधन बनाया है. कुछ लोग इसे गमंडिया गठबंधन भी कहते हैं. अब इंडी गठबंधन ने तय किया है कि वो भारत की सनातन संस्कृति को समाप्त करके रहेगा। ऐसी सनातन संस्कृति को समाप्त करने का ऐलान इंडिया अलायंस के लोगों ने किया है। छत्तीसगढ़ के लोगों को, देश के लोगों को इनसे बहुत सतर्क रहना है। ये भारत की हजारों साल से चली आ रही संस्कृति को मिटाना चाहते हैं, ये भारत को मिटाना चाहते हैं।
And there you have the Prime Minister lashing out at the India alliance, demanding answers from all of the allies for the comment made by Udhayanidhi Stalin. Not the first attack by Prime Minister Modi. Earlier today, Madhya Pradesh too, he fired a similar attack at the India alliance. And it's forced many of the members of this alliance, like the AAP and Congress, to come out and clear their stance, saying very clearly they condemn what was said and distance themselves from these remarks. Let's play out for you our detailed report on exactly what the Prime Minister said earlier.
ये इंडिया अलायंस उस सनातन संस्कारों को, परंपरा को समाप्त करने का संकल्प लेकर के आए हैं।
The Sanatan storm has escalated in how with the Prime Minister now wading into the controversy in battleground Madhya Pradesh. Lashing out at the DMK, Prime Minister Modi has now put the India alliance on the mat over Udhayanidhi's Sanatan comment. The message is clear. The BJP is now going to make the alliance party in the north for their southern allies comment.
कमंडिया गठबंधन, ये इंडिया अलायंस उस सनातन संस्कारों को, परंपरा को समाप्त करने का संकल्प लेकर के आए हैं। आज इन लोगों ने खुल करके बोलना शुरू किया है, खुल करके हमला करना शुरू करके दिया है। कल ये लोग हम पर होने वाले हमले और बढ़ाने वाले हैं। देश के कोने कोने में हर सनातनी को, इस देश को प्यार करने वाले को, इस देश की मिट्टी को प्यार करने वाले को सतर्क रहने की जरूरत है।
And it is not just Prime Minister Modi. All the BJP bigwigs are now putting the focus on the Sanatan storm, knowing that for the India alliance, this could prove to be a big self-goal in poll-bound states like Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan.
जो सनातन नहीं डिगा था रावण के अत्याचार से, जो सनातन नहीं मिटा था कंस के अहंकार से, उस सनातन को ये सत्ताजीवी क्या मिटा पाएंगे।
Meanwhile, DMK's allies have been attempting damage control, distancing themselves completely from Udhayanidhi's comment.
अरे मोहन भागवत जी को क्यों भूल जाते हैं आप लोग? हाँ, मोहन भागवत जी ने सबसे ज्यादा स्वीकारोक्ति की, आप लोगों ने उनको बिसरा दिया। उन्होंने कहा 2000 साल तक हमने उनका उत्पीड़न किया। इस अफसाने में स्टालिन कहीं नहीं आते ना। कोई भी धर्म, मैं बार बार कह रहा हूं, उसको इसके आधार पर होना होगा।
But the DMK remains defiant. Just yesterday, Minister Udhayanidhi Stalin again shot back at any demands for an apology and made it clear his Sanatan fight continues.
மணிப்பூர் இஷ்யூ பற்றி பேசுங்க, சனாதனம் பற்றி அப்புறமா பேசுவோம். நான் இங்கே தான் இருக்க போகிறேன். தொடர்ந்து 200 வருஷமாக பேசிகிட்டு இருக்கிறோம். அதை மட்டுமே இப்போ பேசாதீங்க. கண்டிப்பாக அதை பற்றி பேசி தான் ஆகணும். அதை பற்றி பேசுவோம். அதை விட ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம் வந்து இப்போ இருக்கக்கூடிய இந்த பாசிச பாஜக அரசை வந்து நம்ம வந்து ஒழிக்கணும். அதை கான்சென்ட்ரேட் பண்ணுவோம்.
But it is a seesaw battle within the DMK too, as Temple Minister Shekhar Babu under fire has claimed they represent those who follow Sanatan as well.
இவைகள் சனாதானத்திலே குறிப்பிட்டிருப்பதால் அந்த கோட்பாடுகளை தான் நாங்கள் எதிர்க்கின்றோமே தவிர சனாதானத்தை ஏற்றுக்கொண்ட அனைவரையும் நாங்கள் எதிர்க்கவில்லை.
Will DMK be forced to completely backtrack now on the Sanatan storm? As India allies come under attack from the Prime Minister, this could prove costly for the opposition in the poll-bound North states. Bureau Report, India Today.
Let me bring in Paulami Saha on this broadcast. She tracks the BJP closely for us. Paulami, good evening. An issue that started in Tamil Nadu is now resonating across the country, perhaps more than it's actually resonating in the state that it originated in. And that's courtesy the BJP raking it up at every given instance and the Prime Minister directly raising this as well. The BJP strategy, it seems, is very, very clear, Paulami, in states like Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh as well, that they're going to be raising the Sanatana Dharma controversy because they believe it will benefit them.
That's right. The BJP is definitely going to take this to the poll-bound states, the 5 poll-bound states, before the end of this year. This is an issue which is going to resonate and reverberate across these states during election season. And the Prime Minister has already blown the poll bugle in Madhya Pradesh today, as he was there in order to inaugurate several developmental projects. But already, as he'd already told the Union Council of Ministers, in fact, in a meeting, and which was a diktat which was to go out to the party and to every cadre at the bottommost pile of, as far as the party echelons is concerned, his message was very clear. You have to rebut this. You have to attack all of these comments that have been made against Sanatana Dharma. You have to take it on, and you have to ensure that the people realize that Udhayanidhi Stalin and the Indie Alliance, as he refers to them as now, the Indie Alliance are basically out to eradicate Sanatana Dharma, destroy Sanatana Dharma, and hence all Sanatanis need to rise and resist these attacks. So clearly the message is from the Prime Minister. It went out from him just a few days ago to his Union Council of Ministers, and today he has initiated that tirade against these attacks on Sanatana Dharma. So it's just expect that all ministers, all party leaders, all netas, everyone who will campaign in these elections will be raising this issue, Akshita.
Interesting, and we've already seen that playing out. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has raised it. Most other chief ministers have. Minister Anurag Thakur and so many others. Every opportunity they have to attack the India Alliance, they're raising this Sanatana Dharma controversy. Thanks very much, Paulami, for joining us with those details. But we've seen a string of such comments by the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam. It started, of course, with Udhayanidhi Stalin comparing Sanatana Dharma to dengue, to malaria, to a mosquito. And since then, it's only snowballed. Why? Because the DMK has been largely defiant, largely unrepentant, targeting Sanatana Dharma time and again, and then going forward and targeting Hinduism as a whole. Which is why even the defense that's been put forth by the DMK, saying that, this is an attack on only caste system, and we refer to Sanatana Dharma, we're referring to casteism, that's fallen flat. Because a comment by A. Raja came to light where he said Hinduism is a menace to the world. I want to play out now for you the comments that have come in for the last 1 week from the DMK that once again reaffirms that yes, they stick to their stand.
சனாதன எதிர்ப்பு மாநாடு என்று போடாமல் சனாதன ஒழிப்பு மாநாடு என்றும் நீங்கள் இதை போட்டிருக்கிறீர்கள், இதை அழைத்திருக்கிறீர்கள், இந்த நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு பெயரிட்டீர்கள். அதற்கு என்னுடைய வாழ்த்துக்கள். சிலவற்றை நாம் ஒழிக்கத்தான் வேண்டும், எதிர்க்க முடியாது. கொசு, டெங்கு காய்ச்சல், மலேரியா, கொரோனா இதையெல்லாம் நம்ம எதிர்க்கக்கூடாது, ஒழித்து கட்ட வேண்டும். அப்படிதான் இந்த சனாதனம். சனாதனம் என்பதை எதிர்ப்பதை விட ஒழிப்பதே நாம் செய்ய வேண்டிய முதல் காரியமாகும்.
ஆனால் எனக்கு என்ன விந்தையாக இருக்கிறது என்றால், உதயநிதி ஸ்டாலின் அவர்கள் மென்மையாகத்தான் சொன்னார், மலேரியா போல டெங்கு போல ஒழிக்க வேண்டும் என்று. மலேரியாவுக்கும் டெங்குக்கும் சோசியல் ஸ்டிக்மா இல்ல, அது ஒரு அருவருப்பா சமூகம் பார்க்காது. அருவருவாக பார்க்கிற ஒரு சனாதனத்தை சொல்லணும்னா முறைப்படி ஒரு காலத்துல தொழுநோய் இருந்தது, இப்ப HIV இருந்தது. எங்களை பொறுத்தவரை HIV தொழுநோயை போல HIV போல சமூக அவலம் நிறைந்த ஒரு நோயாகத்தான் நம்ம பார்க்கிறோம். ஒன்று, India is the reason for the global disease in the name of caste, dividing the people on the caste line, dividing the people on the economic line by using the caste. Caste cannot be used only for social evil. It depends upon the economic evil also. Those who are living Indians in other countries also propagating caste in the name of Hindu religion. So Hindu religion is a biggest menace, not only to India, now it is a menace to the entire world.
எங்களுக்குள் கருத்து வேறுபாடுகள் இருக்கலாம், ஆனால் இந்த சனாதனத்தை எதிர்க்க வேண்டும் என்பதிலே யாருக்கும் எந்த வேறுபட்ட கருத்தும் இல்லை. இதிலே இருப்பவர்கள் எல்லாம் சமத்துவத்தை உருவாக்க வேண்டும், மத இன சிறுபான்மை சமுதாயத்தை காப்பாற்ற வேண்டும், ஆண் பெண் சமத்துவத்தை காப்பாற்ற வேண்டும். அரசியல்ல நாம வெற்றி பெற்று அங்க உட்கார்ந்தாதான் இதெல்லாம் செய்ய முடியும்.
So those are the comments that have been made by the DMK. How has the India alliance reacted? How have the DMK's allies reacted, especially in the face of the Prime Minister now raking it up? It's important to see how India alliance really chooses to combat this. In the last many days since this controversy broke, you've had a series of comments being made by the India alliance leaders where they've distanced themselves. None of them actually choose to name the DMK or Udhayanidhi Stalin, merely saying that we don't agree with this comment on Sanatana Dharma. Let's play out some of those reactions for you to tell you which party stands where.
I feel that they have to respect every religion. Instead of saying condemn, my humble request to everybody that we should not comment anything which may hurt the major section or the small section of the people. We have to remember unity and diversity.
मैं भी सनातन धर्म से हूँ, ये भी सनातन धर्म से, आप लोग भी, आप में से भी कई लोग सनातन धर्म के होंगे। मुझे लगता है हमें एक दूसरे के धर्म की इज्जत करनी चाहिए। एक दूसरे के धर्म के खिलाफ बोलना अच्छी बात नहीं है, गलत बात है। एक दूसरे के, सबको एक दूसरे के धर्म की इज्जत करनी चाहिए।
I completely endorse his speech. We are a deeply religious people. Most people are temple going. I myself am very ritualistic. I visit temples every week. There is no concept of Sanatana Dharma in our daily religious practices. Sanatana Dharma only means a caste hierarchical society, and Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin only called for the elimination of that caste hierarchical society. It is like calling for the end of racism. Just because you call the end of racism, it does not mean you are calling for the killing of all racists or something like that.
देश में लगभग 90 करोड़ हिंदू रहते हैं, देश के बाहर भी रहते हैं, पूरे विश्व में रहते हैं। मारन साहब की कोई व्यक्तिगत राय हो सकती है, उनके राज्य में द्रविड़ संस्कृति की बात हो सकती है, जो कि धर्म को नहीं मानते, वो उनकी राय है। लेकिन इस देश में हिंदू है, मुसलमान है, पारसी है, जैन है, सभी लोग रहते हैं, लिंगायत है, सभी की भावना है, सभी के धर्म है।
Let's get your news coming in from Mumbai right now of a private aircraft that skid off the runway, completely veered off, and as per the information we're picking up, there were 6 passengers on board and 2 crew members, 8 people in all on board this chartered plane. But fortunately, reports suggesting that no casualties have been reported as of now. But there is still a verification that is happening right now. The visibility was about 700 meters with heavy rain, which perhaps has led to this aircraft skidding off the runway. Now, at this point, there was a lot of speculation of whether operations have been hit at the Mumbai airport. They have confirmed, the Mumbai airport has confirmed to us here on India Today that operations have not been suspended because this has not happened on the primary runway. Saurabh Vaktania is joining us with more details on this. Saurabh, what are you picking up from your sources? 8 people who were on board. We're hearing that none of them have been gravely injured in this mishap.
Well, Akshika, let me tell you that this particular incident has taken place at around 5:45 p.m. and it was raining very heavily at that particular time. It was isolated heavy rain and the visibility at Mumbai airport was very much low. Now, this particular aircraft which we are talking about is BSR Venture Learjet 45 aircraft, that is VTDBL. Now, this particular aircraft, it's a private jet, and Akshita, this was traveling from Visakhapatnam to Mumbai. It had 6 passengers, 2 crew members. Now, what happened, while it was landing at Mumbai airport, it was at a very less height where the pilot could not clearly, the runway was not pretty much visible due to heavy rain, and that time the visibility was just less than 700 meters. Now, what happened? This was actually was landing at runway number 27, and that time the private jet actually skidded off from the runway, and after that it crashed. Now, when it crashed, it actually split into parts, and luckily there was no major fire at that particular time. The rescue services and the Mumbai Fire Brigade officials actually have their station at the Mumbai airport. They immediately rushed to the spot. They rescued all of them. Now, what we have been learning from the sources, Akshita, is 3 people, the 3 passengers, are injured in this particular incident, and they have been rushed to the hospital. And how much serious they are, that details is awaited. But the sources are clearly telling us that 3 people are injured. Luckily, the Mumbai airport have over two runways, so operation was not.
So operations not suspended, not affected in any manner. 3 injuries, as Saurabh tells us, has been reported in this mishap. Fortunately, everyone has been evacuated, pulled out safely. Thanks very much, Saurabh, for those details. Over 48 hours and counting, the Anantnag encounter rages on. Tragically, we lost 3 of our brave hearts, 2 army officers as well as the deputy superintendent of the Jammu and Kashmir police. They, in fact, were killed in action during the encounter as terrorists fired at them during the operation. Rather challenging considering the terrain. This is in Kokarnag area of Anantnag. Let's first get you all the details.
Former JNK DIG Ghulam Hassan Bhatt is composed and dignified in grief as he pays tribute to his son, Deputy Superintendent Humayun Bhatt. The DSP's death in the encounter with terrorists in Anantnag has left the valley in shock. A sea of mourners turned up on Thursday to pay their respects to Bhatt, whose mortal remains, draped in a tricolour, arrived at his village in Badgaon. Awaiting him was his wife, who stood with their 2-month-old daughter in her hands. The 29-year-old Jammu and Kashmir police officer had got married just last year. Mohali is in mourning. Colonel Manpreet Singh was commanding the 19 Rashtriya Rifles Battalion in the counter-insurgency operation when he was killed in action. Colonel Singh, who was recently honoured with a gallantry award, had been serving the army for the last 17 years. He survived by his wife Jagmeet Grewal and 2 children, 6-year-old son Kabir and 2-year-old daughter Bani Kaur.
This entire family which is engulfed in grief, and this grief is not just limited to this family but this village, the entire state and perhaps the entire country. You can see the sort of emotions. There's not a single eye which is dry. Obviously, this is a huge setback for the family.
Last time राखी पे बात हुई थी, सुबह बात हुई थी. Next month उन्होंने आने की बात कही थी. अपने बेटे के बर्थडे पे उन्होंने आना था शायद. और 8-9 months रह गए थे इस पूरे उसमें यूनिट में, 19 RR में. इसके बाद शायद उन्होंने अपनी पेरेंट यूनिट में चले जाना था. मेरे मदर जो है स्पेशली वो गिन के दिन देखते थे कि चलो ये भी निकल गया मंथ, ये भी निकल गया मंथ, कि चलो 7-8 महीने रह गए, निकल जाएंगे.
Major Ashish Dhochak's mother says she has vowed not to shed tears. Her son died a hero fighting terrorists.
मेरा बेटा सारे देश का बेटा था, सारे देश का चैता था मेरा बेटा, सबका प्यारा था मेरा बेटा. मैं ना रोऊं, मैंने अपना बेटा पाल का देश ताई दे दिया था. मन तो पाल का अपना बेटा देश ताई सौंप दिया था.
Major Dhochak has left behind his wife Jyoti and 3-year-old daughter Vamika.
अगर आतंकवाद हमारे 2 बच्चों को शहीद करके जाता है तो हम उसके 4 करते हैं, 5 करते हैं, उससे कोई फायदा नहीं मिलने वाला. इसका बिल्कुल सफाया होना चाहिए.
The Resistance Front, a shadow group of the Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba, has claimed responsibility for the Anantnag terror attack. The forces are vowed to avenge the killing of the brave hearts. India salutes the sacrifice of the heroes. With Kamaljeet Sandhu and Manpreet Sehgal in Mohali and Ashraf Wani from Srinagar, Bureau Report, India Today.